Welcome to this video on the Parabolic Stop and Reverse system. In this video I am going to be talking about where it came from, what it is, how to calculate it, how to use it, when to use it, and how to find the best settings. Stay tuned. Letting your emotions override your plan or system is the biggest cause of failure. These are the words of J. Wells Wilder Jr., who in 1978 introduced to the world a whole host of technical indicators in his book New Concepts in Technical Trading Systems. And one of the indicators that he introduced in this book was the Parabolic Stop and Reverse system. Finding the best time to close a trade and to reverse a trade is difficult, not just from a technical point of view, but from a psychological or emotional point of view. So what is the parabolic system? As Wilder wrote in his book, the stop is not just a function of price, it is a function of time. It never backs up and it moves incrementally each day, always in the direction of your trade. You can see here on the screen a classic example of the PSAR parabola. Note how at the start the dots are very close together, but as the trend picks up pace, the dots get more spaced out until the price eventually hits the stop. If you're interested in calculating the PSAR, I have a video. There is a link on the screen and below this video which you can click on to see me demonstrate how to calculate the PSAR in Excel. When you come to use the PSAR, you can see that there are three inputs. The first of these is the initial value, the second of these is the step value, and the third one of these is the maximum value. And the difference between these values explains how the parabola is formed. The initial value is what the acceleration of the PSAR is to begin with, and each time the price moves in the direction of the trade, it increases by the step value up to the maximum value. So to put it simply, the higher each one of these values is, the faster the parabola will be and the quicker your stop will be hit. So how do we trade with the PSAR? Well, the most important principle to understand is this tool is designed to be used in what Wilder described as directional markets. In other words, markets that you expect to be moving for a significant amount of time in one direction. How do we find markets that are going to perform well with the PSAR? Well, we need to look at which sectors are performing well, which sectors are getting stronger. We might, for instance, look at technology stocks. We might look at healthcare stocks, we might look at consumer discretionary stocks. We are looking for the sectors that are performing well. We can combine the PSAR with other indicators. A classic way to do it is with Wells Wilder's ADX, Average Directional Index, because this indicator identifies the trend and the PSAR takes advantage of the trend. So just looking at an individual market, how can we find out A, whether it's likely to be suitable for trading the PSAR, and B, what are the best settings? Well, on the screen at the moment I have a trade-informed backtest model, and this is what I use to backtest all sorts of different trading strategies, different time frames, different strategies and different markets. And what I've done here is I have put the PSAR in and I've used the Euro US dollar. And you can see here that I'm using the standard 0.02 and 0.2 values. And over 10 years, from 2010 to 2020, with no other stops or anything else, you can see that the PSAR has not been profitable. It's got 37% winning trades, but the winning trades are not making up for the losing trades. So does this mean that the PSAR is a write-off for the Euro US dollar? Well, it may be, but we don't have all the information. So what I'm going to do is use the built-in optimizer in this model. I'm going to click onto it here, and you can see that I can look for the best values. I'm checking the PSAR acceleration, Got the initial value for my optimizer, the step and the final value, and I'm optimizing for net profit, and I'm going to click on here, and we can see that it is running the test for the different values, and it is going to visually display the best results. I can see here that, somewhat surprisingly, much higher values than the standard settings are actually producing a profitable result over a long time period. So I can put in 0.1 here. You can see here it completely changes the performance. So we're getting a similar amount, slightly more percentage winning trades, but our average winning trade is much higher now than our average losing trade. I can go back to the optimizer and I'm going to optimize it for the maximum value. So I'm going to start 0.1. I'm going to step it by 0.1 and I'm going to go up to a value of 0.8. Again, I'm going to optimize for net profit. Click the button. And you can see here that it's going to run through the different scenarios and suggesting that 0.4 is going to give us a better return historically. Now, I'm not for 1 minute suggesting that this is a trading strategy that you should be trading. However, I am showing that the euro-US dollar has historically performed significantly better with a faster PSAR, and that if we combine it, like I was suggesting before, with other indicators, with market scans, we may well have the beginnings of a useful trading strategy. Now, if you want more information about using a trade-informed backtest model, there are links on the screen to that and below this video. And if you would like this video, please hit the like button, please comment below, tell me what you thought about it, and tell me what other things you would like me to test. My name is Mark from tradinginformed.com, and if you want more information about trading the financial markets, about backtesting your trading strategies, please go to tradinginformed.com.